What's up, Rosé girls, and happy Woman Crush Wednesday. I am so excited for today because I actually have my girl crush in the studio, Talia Hubble. She is an amazing, she kind of does it all. She has this amazing blog, TN Tour. You're just like an inspirational, adorable, no wonder you're my girl crush. She checks off all the boxes. So thank you so much for having Rosé with me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So I kind of want you to just start from the beginning. How did you go from Kansas to Los Angeles, but just how did you become this amazing fashion blogger and influencer that you are today?
You're so sweet. You're too good to me. I ended up in Los Angeles because my dad has always been here. So I grew up with my mom in Kansas City and then kind of made the transition to go to Chapman in Orange County, and LA was just kind of like the natural place to be after being in Orange County for a little bit. The blog started because after graduation, I did a big Euro trip and I had all of this amazing content, Italy, Prague, London, and I wanted to share it with people. I was getting a lot of questions about like, where do I go? Where do I eat? Where do I stay? And I thought, what better way to put it all together than to create a blog?
And that's why it's TN Tour.
Yes.
I love it. So I asked a bunch of people questions, and we will get to those because we got a lot and we only have 20 minutes. You girls really love her. But so this whole show is about how we're all dealt with challenge and chaos and rejection in life. And overcoming that is really what defines us today, and we all have a story. So what would you say is one of the biggest challenges you had to overcome that created the girl I see here on the couch today?
Absolutely. After I created the blog, which was in August, I actually got a full-time job right after that for a couple months, and then the blog kind of started doing social media. I was a coordinator and then a manager, so I ran a couple different accounts for an agency. And when the blog started to take off, I left the full-time job and started freelancing full-time in addition to like influencing and blogging, just paid partnerships, and that became my full-time income. And I feel like I was really insecure, that being my full-time job. It was really hard to approach people because one of the first things you do when you meet someone is, what do you do?
Right.
And that was a point of insecurity for me. And I'm not one to usually struggle with insecurity. I'm a confident girl for the most part, but that was really hard. And I think it took a couple months for me to be able to say, I'm a blogger.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I do. That's what I love doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here in LA, I feel like maybe it's a little more, you feel more comfortable saying that because it's more acceptable here.
Yeah.
But when you step out of the LA bubble,
go to Kansas City when I'm home.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did you transition? Like, what was that? We're like, you know what? I'm going to embrace this.
I think a lot of hard work and bigger brand partnerships kind of gave me credibility. That I didn't feel like I had before. So as I started to grow and work with bigger brands and get paid more money, and I was like, this is a real job. I can feel confident saying, you know what, I am a blogger. I feel good about this. I love what I'm doing. And I think that was kind of the transition. So slowly but surely, like 6, 7, 8 months, it took a minute.
Right. So once you kind of got comfortable blogging and your blog grew and then brands started reaching out to you, it's, building confidence takes time.
Yes, absolutely.
And so I think that, that's a great lesson. So I'm just going to dive into some of these questions because a lot of them go along with what we're talking about. First things first, you always look adorable. So people want to know, where do you get your clothes and how do you afford to have all these outfits?
Oh my gosh. Well, if I'm being completely transparent, one of the awesome parts about being a blogger is I do get gifted stuff occasionally. That is a double-edged sword because sometimes the stuff I get isn't very cute, I will say.
Right, yeah.
So when I am shopping on my own, I feel like I'm pretty simple in where I go, like Urban Outfitters, Anthropologie, Nordstrom, all the places that people usually hit. I will say I like buying forever pieces. I'm not like a buy 10 things from H&M. I'm like, I'd rather buy one nice thing this month and know I'm going to have it forever. So whether that's like a crazy statement jacket or a nice pair of boots, like that's the kind of shopper I am.
Right, because those boots you can wear for a while and multiple seasons.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
How would you describe your style?
Oh my gosh, eclectic?
Eclectic,
yeah. Girly.
I was just gonna say, girly better be in there.
girly pop is my word.
We're matching with our polka dots. And she's like, oh, I love all things polka dots.
I was like, you already know.
Yeah.
Definitely girly, eclectic, a little extra sometimes in the best possible way. I like to channel my like Carrie Bradshaw, Serena Vanderwoods, and whatever I can, kind of get in there to make it a little more fashiony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. A lot of questions about how do you edit your pictures?
Yes.
Her Instagram. You have to check it out. You will get lost on her Instagram. Everything just works, is easy on the eye. Like, come on, spill your secrets.
Okay, I will say, even before I started blogging, I always loved Instagram. Like,
Okay.
I loved creating a consistent feed. That was something that I've been doing for years and years, long before I ever knew I wanted to pursue that as a career. But I do edit all my photos on Lightroom,
Okay.
Which is really nice. I think a lot of bloggers use Lightroom nowadays.
So is Lightroom an app you have to pay for? Is it free?
You pay for it if you want to use it on your computer, but you can actually download the mobile app for free.
Okay.
And then presets are Lightroom filters, basically. So I have my own preset
Right.
that I use, and then you can download, a million different bloggers, a million different presets. They're all over the place.
So you download this preset and you can just apply it with like basically one click, and it just kind of makes your pictures look from dull to
Bright, light, cheery, yeah.
cool.
Absolutely.
So how would you describe your preset if someone's interested, and where can they find it?
I think girly, another
Girly?
hot word.
Is it like a pink tone?
Yeah, pink, warm, bright.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just like your
sharp.
Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. And if they want to get it, where can they find it?
On my blog,
Okay.
tiantour.com, and then there's a tab on the top called presets.
Cool. Now, a lot of your pictures have like stars and little sparkly things. How do you add those?
That is actually an app called PicsArt.
Okay.
PicsArt is awesome because it has a lot of pre-made like stars, glitter, all that stuff, so you don't have to do it yourself.
Okay.
I love it. It's really simple, really easy.
Cool. Awesome. Someone said, do you recommend buying a camera if you're a micro influencer?
Yes.
So do you have a camera?
Yes, I actually bought my camera before the Euro trip.
Okay.
So before I even started the blog, I just knew I wanted to have nice pictures, and I think I had it in the back of my mind, like this could be something one day.
This
so I
could
wanted
lead
to
up to
invest.
something?
Yeah. So I invested. I have a Canon 6D.
Okay.
And a 35 millimeter Sigma lens. I say the lens is everything. If you're going to invest in one thing, that lens is magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then who takes your pictures?
Oh my gosh. I get asked this question all the time.
Yeah, because that's sometimes the hardest part is, okay, you have a
Yeah.
great camera, cute outfit on.
Yeah,
Now what, you know?
Absolutely. Whoever I'm with. It can be my dad, it can be my mom, it can be my best friend, whoever I'm with. And I'm not like stuck on the nice camera. You can totally use iPhone.
Yeah.
I'd say my feed is probably 50-50, half iPhone, half professional camera.
Okay.
But honestly, like whoever you're with, like be shameless.
And then do you have those days where you have a photographer who's either reached out or you reached out and you kind of just bring a bunch of outfits
Collaborate.
and do, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like mutual collaborations with photographers is awesome. It's a great way to network and get to know people, and you get amazing photos out of it.
Cool. So you do recommend getting a camera.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how much you spent on that?
Yeah, I think the 6D was around $1,000.
Okay.
This was like my post-grad like splurge, I will say.
Yeah,
This was
yeah.
like, I'm gonna use my post-grad money on this. And then I believe the lens is $900.
Okay.
But I would say before the camera, that lens you can use on a million different bodies. You don't have to have a nice body necessarily, but the lens is like where the magic happens.
Okay, so lens before camera.
Lens before camera, for sure.
Okay, good to know. How do you increase your Instagram following?
Oh gosh.
I know this is like
I know.
I wish
The
there
hot
was
question of the
I wish
hour.
there was like one answer.
Yeah, I know this is so cheesy and it's such a buzzword, but I think authenticity
Yeah.
is so important, whether that's like creating your own look or being vulnerable. I think there are so many people on Instagram lately trying to build their following, and I think the people that I really stick to and love are the people that have been a little vulnerable. I know their story, I know their boyfriend's name, I know their pet's name, I know what's going on in their life, and I think that's kind of what sets you apart. You give something to people that they can kind of hold on to.
Right.
Substance.
So when we're speaking of Instagram and being raw and authentic and open, are you more open through your Instagram story and like, or are you still open on your actual feed?
I think more on story than on feed. I think feed, like people have 0.2 seconds to decide whether or not to follow you. And that's pretty much based on your feed. So you want to make sure your feed looks beautiful always.
Right.
But on story, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
So I would say use story as a way to kind of like show who you are outside of this like beautifully curated life.
Yeah. And you guys are all going to start following her. I know. But I love it. Like sometimes you wake up and you're just like, no makeup on. Like you're like, all right, I have a lot to do today, but I just don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Like sometimes those are the best because it's like, I totally relate to her.
Yeah.
So
that's how I feel today too.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. I love that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. How do you stay close to your besties?
Oh my gosh, I'm such a friend girl. I will say I'm an only child, so I feel like I value my friendship so much because I don't have siblings, but I keep in touch with, I'm very much like a text someone and be like, hi, how are you? How's your day going? And I will say, I feel like I have so many good friends all over. Yeah. So whether they're in, New York or Denver or Texas or Seattle, it's just kind of touching base and, keep in touch with people. It's so important.
Yeah. And I think it's like not just reaching out, but like really wanting to know, like, how are you? Like, I don't want the sugar-coated answer. Like, not just like good, busy, but if you're like, no. Really, like, how are you doing? You know?
Scheduling like FaceTime calls.
Yeah, FaceTime.
Yeah.
Especially if you have friends all over. Like, I have friends in Canada, like you said, New York, wherever. FaceTime is such a great way because I don't know about you, but I don't really enjoy texting. I love phone calls if I'm driving or FaceTiming.
Yeah.
And FaceTime is such a great way to feel like you're next to the person when you're really across the country.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're so lucky to have it. And I just think like adulting, it's very hard, as I've learned in my first year out of college, to like plan time to see people. It used to be you saw someone 3 times a week and that was considered a lot. And now it's like if I see a friend like twice a month, that's a lot.
Right.
So just like planning in advance, even with like friend stuff, it's so important.
And that's another thing they said is planning. Like, what does a typical day look like for you?
It's all over the place. Yeah. So I could have a day where I don't leave my house and I'm working, editing, writing, doing that kind of stuff. I could have a day where I'm popping from one event to the other and I'm like barely at home at all.
Right.
So it's kind of all over the place. I will say I still have a written planner. I love writing stuff down. I am not a phone girl.
Me too.
My calendar, my phone is empty. I have to write it down.
Yeah, and I have the worst memory, and I have to-do lists like sticky notes, or I should honestly be sponsored by sticky notes because they're everywhere. Post-its everywhere. And the satisfaction of just crossing something off. Yeah. Like I think I make like
nothing compares.
Nothing compares. But yeah, I love like writing things down. I'm old school that way too.
Yeah, it's the best.
Someone else said, so because you are a blogger, do you have, it's easy to just kind of always be on camera, always taking pictures. Like how do you stay present, like live in the moment, but still capture and, be able to take those pictures, but not be like the obnoxious girl at the party who's like just there for the picture?
Totally. I think especially when it comes to events, I will say it's not intuitive for me to pick up my phone when I'm like doing something. I'm very much like a present person.
Yeah.
So I tell myself like the first 10 or 15 minutes that I'm here, I'm going to get all the content I need and then I can set my phone down. And if something cool happens, you can pick it up like everyone else normally would. But that way, you're not going to be on your phone the whole time. You get everything you need so you can share it with your followers and be like, look how cool X, Y, and Z was. Right. But then you're present and enjoying like where you are and what you're doing.
That's a great tip. So just do it right off the bat, get it out of the way, and then enjoy.
Yeah.
And you don't save it till the end in case you forget or whatever, you're tired.
Yeah, or it's not as cute as it
was. All the
like
food's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's a good little tip. Let's see. Okay, so we talked about how you started your blog. Do you have advice for someone who does want to start a blog?
Start now.
Just do it?
Yeah, my only regret is not starting sooner, honestly. I waited until after I graduated, which obviously you can't have regrets, but it would have been really cool just because in college you have so much free time.
Yeah.
I have a friend, we both went to school together and didn't start our blogs till after we graduated, and we say it all the time. We just went to New York Fashion Week together. We were like, why did we not do this in school?
Yeah.
We had so much free time. We lived 5 minutes from each other. Just start.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
Do you like that you have your own blog, or would you recommend doing it with a friend?
I think independent is probably best because you never know where life is going to take you.
Yeah.
Like, what if you want to get up and move to London next month? Like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to do it on your own.
And also, it kind of goes back to being raw and authentic in yourself. And if everyone changes. trends change, people change. And so if you guys grow apart and maybe she still is girly and, or gets married or whatever. So I think having your own blog is a good
and
tip.
then when you collaborate with your friends, it makes it that much more special.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Speaking of collaborating, is there one person that maybe your favorite person you have collaborated with and one person you're like, this is like a dream collaboration?
Oh my goodness. I've actually never thought about that. Some of my favorite bloggers that I would love to collaborate with are bloggers that have kind of created their own brands. So Julia Engel, Gal Meets Glam, she created her own dress brand. I love her. I would love to collaborate and wear her dresses. Amber Fillerup, the Barefoot Blonde, she created her own hair extensions.
Cool.
So I think that those would be the dream girls because they really are boss babes in their own way. They built their own businesses on top of this blog.
The blog. And are you wanting to come out with a product yourself?
I would love that. That would be a dream. I'm thinking about going to get my MBA, study business, kind of figure out the whole sphere of entrepreneurship, and then maybe one day.
What would it be?
I have no idea. I've thought about that a million times.
Yeah, you're still.
I'm maybe a cute little tea set, tea and tour, tea. I love.
Oh, that'd be cute. Yeah. And you love London.
Yes.
High tea.
Much. Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. Maybe. We'll see.
And then when you did start your blog, how did you get what was the moment where you're like, wow, I'm actually making money. This is now my full-time thing.
On and off. And I will say, for girls that are doing this as a full-time job, there will be crazy, hectic, busy, lucrative
periods,
weeks.
yeah.
And then there will be lulls. So I think budgeting is really important. But I think it honestly took around 8 months for me to feel like I was really, this could be a full-time gig.
Yeah.
If that.
And then did you quit your job before that kind of happened or after your blog really took off?
Right on the brink.
Okay.
I feel like I was if I could put just a little more time and energy into this, it could be something. Yes. Yeah. So I say, do it before you're ready.
Yeah.
If I think that's the key.
If you feel that urge coming, just do it.
Yeah. I think intuitive, and listening to what your gut tells you is really important. But right on the brink.
And that goes back to life really does start outside your comfort zone.
Yes.
So, a corporate job, that's a safe place. But if you really feel like this blog or whatever it is pulling you and that's your passion, eliminate what's holding you back and just dive in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do think, too, it's really cool to be able to say, I met Julia Engel and she told me this. She was like, when your blog can make you more money than the job you have right now, that's when you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Now, you're just blogging. Would you ever start a YouTube channel or anything like that?
I have been asked so many times if I would do a YouTube tutorial for makeup for skincare, and I would love to. I think it is in the works.
Oh, good. Yeah. That makes me excited.
Soon. I would really, really love to do that. So
yeah. Cool. Do you have, now that we're finally transitioning into fall, even though it's still, for those of you who don't live in LA, it is still really hot here, so it's hard to wear our sweaters. Our fall, yeah. But do you have some of your favorite fall trends?
Cowboy boots.
I'm Canadian, country. This is the best thing. I love that.
Kansas City girl. No, I love my cowboy boots. I'm trying to bring them back. That's my let's hop on the cowboy train.
Yes, awesome. Now, what was the transition going from Kansas to LA?
Oh gosh. Honestly, I feel like I'm a chameleon in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel counterintuitive. It was a pretty natural transition. I will say I miss seasons though.
I know.
I miss fall. I miss winter. That's the only thing that wasn't smooth.
Yeah.
It was summer was there, Christmas never came.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's so crazy. Oh man, was there anything else that you want to share with the Rosé girls?
I don't think so.
No? Well, okay, so we covered the blog, we covered the trends. Are you dating?
No.
I mean,
yes,
apps?
I'm open.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an ongoing struggle, honestly. I have downloaded dating apps. I've been on a couple dates. I haven't had a single good date, and I deleted all the apps. I'm when it is time, it will happen on its own. And I know people say that all the time, but I really do believe that.
I do. They always say when you're not looking, someone's going to enter your life. Well, my first question is, who is the they? Who's they saying this?
Yeah.
But I'm single too, and I've been on the apps. I've had not good experiences, and I'm just like I said, I don't like texting, and I want to meet someone.
Yes.
either through a friend. So, hey, if you guys know any single men out there, holler at your girls. Yeah, let us know. But I want to meet someone authentically that I'm just like, our paths are just meant to meet.
Absolutely. I'm the same way. I don't like texting. And it's like, if I'm going to bother to drive and park and meet you in person, like, you better be damn fine.
Right, yeah. And would you say majority of your friends have you met amazing friends in the blogging world, or is it more like college friends? Like, how would you kind of describe how you do meet people here in LA?
Yeah, I was so intimidated when I started my blog about all like the blogger girls in LA. I was like, I'm never gonna fit in. They're gonna be like sassy and whatever, like not very kind or welcoming. I have made incredible friends. In my like creative blogging circle, on top of my like awesome friends from college that still live here. So I feel really lucky. I feel like I have 2 different spheres of friend groups. And my biggest advice to girls that are blogging and want to meet other bloggers is just DM them. Reach out. I've made so many awesome friends because I was like, hey, do you want to grab coffee and chat? And it's so worth the time.
And that's a great thing too, is just reach out, because especially here in LA, like collaborations, especially in the creative field, are so important. And I mean, here's another question too, is how do you not look at a blogger that you look up to but still stay true to who you are, not trying to copy or be someone you're not?
This is my biggest thing. I talk about this all the time with my creative friends and with my friends that are like in the corporate world. Keep your head down and don't compare yourself to anyone. It is so important. Even if that means there's an event and there are going to be a lot of cool people there, but you're going to leave feeling less than, don't go. It's like, keep your head down and work hard, and like your authenticity, whoever you are, will shine through. I know it sounds so cheesy, but it's so true. I think comparison is a thief of joy.
It is.
You just can't.
And that goes back to, people can tell if you're trying, and if you're just yourself, that's what it's going to attract people.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I feel like that's probably why you have such a big following, is because no matter, who you collab with or what you do or what season it is, it's just you. Like, you are so adorable. And my celebrity, you are my celebrity crush. You're my girl crush. But another thing is, I'm sure that you get bombarded with DMs and events, and then you have to write blog posts. Like, do you make time, like, okay, I'm going to spend an hour responding to people or commenting back? Like, how do you balance it all?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I think a lot of people develop unhealthy relationships with their phones, just like because of social media and all that stuff. And I think it's so important, especially as a blogger, to be like, from this time to this time, I'm going to respond to DMs and I'm going to engage with people that have commented. I know it sounds so silly, but I think it's so important, because otherwise you're sitting there. I have the Moment app. Do you have Moment on your phone? It basically tracks how many times you pick up your phone and how many like hours you spend on it.
I need this.
Yeah, I was spending like 6 hours on my phone, and now a day I'm spending like 2.5. Like, it's crazy. You can kind of like,
it's like a Fitbit, but for your phone.
Exactly. And you want less steps.
You want less steps, less time on your phone, but more focused time.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to make sure that the time I'm spending on my phone is worthwhile time. It's not surfing. It's not comparing. It might be seeking inspiration from people I love, but just making that time healthier per se.
Well, thank you so much. You are adorable, and thank you for sharing all of your great wisdom.
Thank you.
Tell everyone where they can follow you and get your preset one more time.
My website is tandtour.com. You can buy my presets on there. And then on Instagram, I am Talia with 2 L's and 2 I's.
Awesome. And I'm totally all for this tea thing. You could like host high teas right here in LA. Come out with like a cute tea set. I say yes. But thank you so much for having Rosé with me. And thank all of you guys for joining us. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.